The learning strategy that I used was the number 8 concept definition map. The concept definition mapping is a strategy for teaching students the meaning of key concepts in their readings. Concept definition maps are graphic organizers that help students understand the essential attributes, qualities, and characteristics of a concept or word meaning. This is a relevant strategy because it can be used before, during, and after reading to enhance students' comprehension of the text. My goal is that students would describe the concept, cite the example of other similar concepts, and give examples of when they were used in music. I would plan to use this in a high school music appreciation class. The standard that I am basing this off of is the benchmark. I can explain how elements of music are used in a variety of genres, cultures, and time periods, and we're relating that specifically to the indicator. I can examine musical forms to describe a musical style. Ideally, it would be, like I said, for a high school music appreciation class, so the grade would be ranging from 9th grade to 12th grade, with students ranging from the age of 14 to 18. To go more into detail of what I plan to use this concept for, or this learning strategy for, my goal is that this will help students because it will cause them to think and apply what they have already learned in class and do research on the concept in further detail so that they will truly understand what they're learning, not only the concept that they're learning, but how it is used in music. Ideally, what my goal is for me to teach them the concept or vocabulary term. For example, the one that I choose to use is polyphony. You can see here that that was the word that I chose for my example worksheets. But the idea is that I teach them about polyphony and what it truly is, how it relates to music, how it's seen in music, examples of composers who've wrote in it, and for that class period, teach them the concept of polyphony in compositions during any time period, whether it was older time periods from the classic romantic era or modern time period as of today that polyphony is still used. The goal would be for them to understand this concept at the end of the class, and then I would show them this worksheet, and in it they would fill it out. When they're filling it out, it gives information not only about the word, but they would have to define what the word means based off of what word they chose to use in class. Then they would have to relate to what it is like. So finding an example or a similarly concept, such as what I chose was homophony and monophony, which is another form of composition style. And then the idea would be that they could find some examples. So in here, I found examples of polyphony by 3 different composers. The purpose of this is so that they are doing it on their own. They're having to dig deeper and really research more about the term so that they're taking what they're learning from school and not just forgetting about it, but actually applying it into practice and really furthering their understanding of what that word means. When they have completed this form, the idea is that they would return it to me the very next day, and I could collect them up at the beginning of a class. And that is just my way of being able to assess them, see if they're truly understanding not only the word or the concept, but how it relates to music. And then after I have taken them up, we would then sit and talk about what the terms they chose mean and any examples they had that related to different eras, whether that was classical period or more modern from today. That way other students can see what other students are thinking, what examples they had, and just have it maybe a different perspective on it. Overall, my goal from this is so that they can further understand what they're learning in class, and take this worksheet not only as just I got to do it because it's a grade, but as a time to really truly test and look further into what their knowledge is based off of what they've learned from class.